What's up, folks? It's your boy Bob Hollywood with another episode of Bob's Holly World. Today I'm reviewing this figure, or these figures. It is the Deadpool Rainbow 5-pack. It comes with 5 Deadpools of different colors. That's why you get Deadpool Rainbow 5-pack. It doesn't say that on the packaging, but I just said it. And so you get a yellow, blue, green, a purple, and the traditional Deadpool. It's red. Funny thing about it, if we turn this around, they're not all the same guys. Not like it's not just Wade in a different outfit. It is literally 5 different guys. So blue is Fool Killer, purple is Marvel's Terror, red is Deadpool, green is Marvel's Solo, and yellow is Marvel's Slapstick. On the back of the box, I'm gonna lift my camera up. It says help wanted, questionable morals, looks good in spandex, killer instinct. So I'm assuming all 4 of these guys, and obviously Deadpool has those things since he's the one doing the hiring, have those things in spades. So this packaging includes 5 figures and 20 accessories. So that means 2 weapons for each, or 2 swords for each, and a gun, 2 guns, 2 swords, a gun, and a knife for each of them. And this is from, I want to say 2018. That's when I first saw this on store shelves. I could be wrong. I'm just looking for a year. Just want to confirm it for you guys, man. I believe this is 2018. I am not seeing anything, but yeah, this is 2018, guys. This just came out last year. I recruit strictly from the bargain bin, so he got these guys for a good price, I guess. Yeah, I first noticed this on store shelves right around the time the second movie was coming out. This person that sold this to me possibly bought this on clearance from Target for $45.48. Me personally, that still would have been too much. I think I paid about $23 for this off of eBay. So there's that. Just looking at them in their packaging, the yellow and the purple stand out. The green also looks good. Really, the green was the first one that's caught my attention, and the purple looks good. But then I was looking at the yellow while we're literally standing here watching this video, and I'm like, the yellow looks good as shit. Anyway, let's get these guys out of their plastic prison. These things are hard for me to open for whatever reason. Marvel Legends boxes in general, these are technically Marvel Legends. They're just in the 118 scale. Makes them 3 3/4 inches, and of course. All right, where were we? Just got a phone call. Sorry about that. I was just about to take Deadpool out of his prison, and as I was saying, I will be getting these guys' exact height sooner or later. But this should be about 3 3/4 inches, and I'm also going to compare them to the Deadpools I already have. I already noticed some differences, major differences between this one and the other red pool I have. I have another blue pool, but he is not the same shade of blue. And my blue Deadpool is actually Deadpool, whereas this one is Slapstick? Terror? Slapstick? I know purple. I would be lying to you if I tried to tell you which one is which. I think blue is Fool Killer. And as you can see, like, their legs are bowed out, some of them. Primarily going to be between the ones that aren't blue Deadpool, because Deadpool was front and center. And I'm only going to take one of their weapons out for the sake of this video. There's no need of me taking 20 accessories out and losing them. They did not make these easy. That is one of my few gripes about this line, Marvel Legends. They're hard to get out of the packaging. I don't know if anybody else noticed that, but I always have trouble, whether it's the 3 3/4 inch or the 6 inch. I have trouble getting them out of their packaging. So let me just stand these guys up. I'm not going to do too much. I'm not going to pose them or anything. I just want to stand them all up. And they're all the same exact sculpt. It's just they're obviously painted differently. They have Some bitch doesn't want to stand. The one with the normalist legs doesn't want to stand. Fuck him. Fuck Deadpool. He'd like that because, you know, he's like, he'll fuck anything, basically. And all that work was for nothing. I'm such an ass. And then I'm just breaking shit. This is the worst video ever. I try to get that so I can see who's what. So yeah, blue's Fool Killer. Purple is Terror. Green is Solo. His weapons are in his back. And Slapstick is yellow. Slapstick and Terror, or Slapstick and Solo, have their weapons already attached to their bodies. If I had realized that, I would not have just taken swords out. But as you can see, using Solo as an example, there is a holster on their back. And they also have a holster for their guns. Right on the hip. I'm going to lower my camera for you. It's easier for me if I lower my camera. So, whoops. Gun goes into the hip effortlessly. And then the knife. I don't know where the knife would go. I guess they would just carry the knife because there's no additional holster for... Oh, yes, it is. Look at me. Missing stuff. Slides right into his back. So he is equipped to kill. And as you can see, all their hands are sculpted like that. Their right hands are all sculpted in this fancy let me sip from my mug pose. And that's one of the differences between these and the Deadpools I already have. So, because I said I wanted to compare the old to the new, I'm going to bring up the red one, the actual Deadpool. Having some trouble standing these guys. And despite their legs being bowed, they're actually in much better conditions than the Deadpools I already have. So here is the one I already have. This guy is a knockoff from China. But hey, I spent like $5 on him, so I wasn't going to complain. And you can see some of the differences with the holster, the detailing on the holster on their thigh, the paint colors. This guy is in, looks like better shape, but it could just be that their holsters are in different ways. Their harnesses. And this mask reminds me of the film Deadpool, whereas this one's more comic-y and angry. Almost reminds me of Deathstroke. So, two different ways to holster their guns. I mean, not guns, their swords. The guns holster for the most part the same. And the swords fit in either sheath. And this Deadpool has no room for a knife. But he came with the a sai. So as you can see, the painting's different, the sculpting's different, the detailing's different. They're all around different. But they're both cool. And his hand isn't, he just has a normal trigger hand. Now, all right, let's look at this guy's articulation. The one that came out the packaging. Again, they're all the same sculpt, just different painting. His head's going to rotate 360 degrees. There it is at its start. It goes up that much, goes down very little. We got some ab crunch. See that? He's going to rotate at the abs at that same crunch. And that's his waist articulation before we go too far down. There's his arms. Crucifix is going to be really high. Rotation at the elbows, at the shoulders, 360 degrees. His elbows are going to bend 90 degrees. And they also are going to rotate 360 degrees. It's going to have hand articulation as well. This right hand is pretty stiff. I don't want to break it. It does not want to rotate right now. His left hand, same thing. Does not want to turn right now, but it will in time. Legs go out this far. So, nasty hoe alert. Doesn't want to focus on it because there's so many figures to focus on. He's got that sort of ball joint that I hate, but his is pretty easy to rotate around. I'm going to get him in a seated position. Legs go up that high. Double jointed knees so he can have a seat. He can also kneel. Or he's double knees. And if his front leg, his legs can go back as far as they can go forward. Go with the double jointed knees, he can do a lot. And there's ankle articulation. So with Deadpool being a character that's pretty much immortal, you can do what you want with him. Like, you could turn it so it looks like he fell from a building. I'm trying to... So yeah, you can have fun with this guy. And again, they're all the same figure, just different color. And I chose to use Deadpool because he's Deadpool. It's his namesake. I'm gonna see if I can get another one of these guys' hands to rotate. Not just a stiff on the blue. Ah, there we go, slapstick. But only on his right. His left, nobody's left hand wants to rotate. And I don't want to break their hand. I don't want them to walk around handless. Slapstick and Terror's right hand's move. No one's left hand wants to move. And there's about to be a cat in the frame. And the cat killed all the Deadpools. Get out of here, Goliath. Anyway, guys, let's get their heights. Let's get Deadpool's height. Just under 4 inches. And one more thing. Let me actually get them to hold their weapons. Come on, cat. I'm trying to be a professional here. Never going to get my license dealing with this cat. And because their wrist will not turn at this junction, he's going to hold his gun really weirdly. And I dropped it. But they all have trigger fingers on either hand. So they can hold their guns. It's a pretty small gun. It would be a little small in the core figure's hand. But bam, there it is. It was so perfectly set up, it doesn't want to focus on the figure. It just wants to focus on the box. It does not want to focus on this goddamn gun. Oh well, say no to violence anyway, guys. So there is Deadpool, the baddest man on the planet. Next to Mike Tyson, obviously. The Merc with the mouth. How about that? So anyway, like, comment, subscribe. Let all your homies know where they can find me. And that's right here at Bob's Hollywood in Deadpool Attack Deadpool. All right, guys. I'll see you later.